So, in a transformer there is this part is called the self attention, okay. And again see, all this gets inspired by convolutional neural networks. So, this is, I can think of this as one filtering operation. It is some linear combination of these I am going to do, right. So, if you look at from a convolutional framework, I am taking a linear combination of some local context. Here I am taking the entire context. So, in convolutional I will take local context, but I want this to capture different aspects of the signal. So, there is a difference between CNN and here, right. Here this is like the filters, right. So, these are beta T1, beta 2 to beta T are like the filter coefficients, okay, except that we are going to take all of the filters, right. So, that is the good part across all of the frames. But what we want to also worry about is that what did I want to say, that one filter will capture one type of information, right. So, can I do something a little more different? So, I will have another filter, right. So, from the same image we have different filters to learn which come. So, how do I change that? So, that this is where we are going to use different attention heads. So, I am going to have another query, another value like embedding. I will add two other, or like a 4 multi-head, or so on, where other aspects will be captured by as we pass through the neural network, okay. So, where we want to capture other aspects of signal, not necessarily only one type of embedding or what is happening. So, therefore, that is capturing from the multi-head, which also is similar to having different filters, okay. So, that is the that is why it is called multi-head, and its self attention, and some normalization will happen. So, all this can be parallelized, and then there is a feed forward to connect all these guys, and get a fully connected network, okay. And then again this is one block or one layer, like in a recurrent neural network this will be one layer. Actually, like how we drew one big circle, actually inside this are many nodes, right. We are feeding the input parallelly with so many input words, and like this usually they allow 10, 12, 15, 24 like that, right. So, this is called the encoder blocks. One block will look like this, then this is the attention, and then we have the decoder block. I will come to that. In the decoder block we have what is called masked self attention. Remember, in if you do in a transformer, in a encoder decoder, the decoder acts like a language model. It depends on the output from the previous word that is fed as an input. So, here it is sequential, okay. So, a decoder is sequential, and if I am trying to do self attention, then I have to worry that I still do not have the future samples available. So, that is why if I am in the third step, I know that I still have not seen the fourth, fifth, I do not know what is going to come, because when I feed the third, output of third will come, then only I know fourth and fifth, sixth what will happen. So, when I am processing the third, I have access to only the first two words. So, these two will be considered, and in implementation weight we will just zero it all the others, we do not know what is happening there. So, we will just give 0 weight to that. So, that is why it is called masked self attention, because in a decoder it is still going sequential, right, even though the attention mechanism is dot product kind of thing. Still the output of the first has to be the input for the second, because it is a kind of a language model. Therefore, in the decoder it will become masked self attention. It cannot anticipate the future words, so those will be set to 0 or masked, okay. And as usual, multi-head attention, this is called the source attention. So, whatever is coming in the encoder, if I am doing translation or something, that has to be captured, right, into this network, into the decoder network. So, this is where this part is only looking at the within the decoder outputs what is happening. This is looking at across into the encoder. The encoder outputs are being captured here, and again there will be a feed forward and then so on, okay. Obviously, there will be some softmax because we are trying to predict words, and if you are doing translation, or predict words if you are even doing transcription, okay. So, this is the simple overview of what we call as transformers. This is something that is extensively used. I keep saying these terms because in today wherever you go for data processing, people will talk about some of, especially in the vision, speech and NLP community. These are terms that will be thrown at you, and I am only giving a very broad overview of what these things are. Okay, so let us say I can use transformer as again a sequence to sequence method, right. So, we know there are many applications to the sequence to sequence approach, right. So, one of them we keep repeatedly saying is the translation task. So, for example, from English I want to go, from English I want to go to Hindi translation, right. So, this is text to text translation. Okay. So, if I am doing text to text translation, this English will first of all get its word embeddings, right. So, how will have its word embedding, 500 dimensional embedding, we multiply by the embedding matrix and using word to vec. So, this will be some word for some embedding for how, some embedding for R, some embedding for U, right. And remember that we used to have in the encoder-decoder the context vector, then we improved and improved, then you take all the 3 inputs, pass it through an attention mechanism and feed it through. So, that is going to happen even now. We are going to take all of these vectors and pass it through an attention mechanism. Okay. That will be what we call as a source attention now. Okay. And in the decoder, the issue is that we are going to generate the Hindi sentence, right. So, there is a connection between the two, the attention I am not showing here. Okay. And then, but Hindi, when I am decoding, first I will start with the start of sentence, then I will generate AAP, then AAP will be fed, then kaise will be generated, kaise will be fed and high will be. So, this is sequential. Okay. Although inside we are going to do self attention, but the self attention will be masked. So, when I am at AAP and processing kaise, I do not know hai and all these things. So, all these future guys, I do not know what is going to come. So, I am not going to look at them, I will give 0 weightage. I am only going to give a weighted combination of the past outputs. That is why inside this it will be using something called masked self attention. Okay. Now, is it parallelizable? Okay. So, we are talking about training. Now, when we train, I know the sentence how are you, right, and the training means what? I have the correct answer also, right. So, I am going to feed how are you the English words here. I expect the output to be correctly outputted as aap kaise hai, end of sentence, correct. I also know that the input will be what? Only right shifted, right. So, input will be start a sentence and aap kaise hai. So, this we know that in the decoder it has to be sequentially fed. So, this is also available all in one shot. This output is also available in one shot, input is also available in one shot. Input and output in the decoder is always one shift, right, because the output of the first is going to be the input for the next, the output of the second is going to be the input for third, the output of third is going to be the input for the fourth, right. So, therefore, at this point when I am training the network, remember the whole problem with recurrent neural networks was it was going through the hoops both in the encoder and the decoder. Okay. Now, that is always, and it took a long time, and so for technology to progress, if you are we want to cut training times, right. So, as I said, I can't wait for 1 or 2 months. By the time I am waiting, even forget what my brilliant idea was, right. So therefore, people are always looking at ways to parallelize, and so while training, especially where we are going to feed large amounts, inferencing is also important, but training is where we are going to pump in large amounts of data, right. So, if we parallelize there, we are going to save a lot of time, right. If you look at this, this is completely parallelizable. Why is it completely parallelizable? If you look at the input, all of them are parallelly occurring, and we said self attention is completely parallelizable. First word and second word and third word, each one of their self attention can parallelly go on, because it has to look at all the other guys, second guy has to look at all the other guys. So, we just replicate, copy the data 10 times and just if you have 10 words, copy the data 5 times and just pass it through, right. So, the encoder is absolutely no problem for parallelizable. Now, you might ask, hey, but remember the decoder, it has to be sequential, right. So, how am I avoiding this? How am I parallelizing it? So, even in the decoder, while I am training, it is parallelizable. Why? Remember, the first word will be looking at similarity with all words, but I will do some masking, right. So, when I am doing training, I have the entire sentence which I know will be inputted. I also know the entire sentence that will be outputted, all the words that are going to be input and all the words that are going to be output, right. And inside is all self attention, right, except it will be masked. If we are going to say, when you are here, ignore this guy and put only the weights for the previous guys, not the future guys, right. So, that is the only thing, and that is trivial, right. So, if I am the fifth guy, I am going to just mask sixth and seventh and whatever beyond me, right. So, therefore, there is no problem, right, because while training I do have the parallel information coming, all the words are available in one shot. It is only while inferencing I do not know what is going to come, I have to wait for the first guy to come out, then I feed it, then I get the next word and so on. So, inferencing is something we will see is still an issue for the decoder, but otherwise everything in the training part is fully parallelizable, correct. So, that is one good part. Next, so this is a good, so there is a person called J. Alamar, he has nice slides and good animation, so you can check all of these, okay. So, let us say that you are going to do Hindi translation, right. So, I have the words how, now all of these word embeddings will go through parallelly, then in the encoder all of them will do and the encoder will come, then all of them will come out, then they will feed here, right. So, now while training I am going to feed parallelly all of these guys and generate up, okay. It is while only testing that only that is inferencing, then only one word will get generated, but even while I am inferencing, the encoder part is still parallelizable, okay. That is not a problem, because after you give me the sentence only, I usually try to do the translation of the sentence, right. So, therefore, the encoder is still parallelizable, it is only the decoder that is going to be sequential, okay. So, that is the basic idea. So, even while testing, the encoder is parallelizable, but the decoder is sequential, okay. So, it might slow down if I am having big sentences and I have to finish all of this before I can. So, to get the 10th word, I might have to finish the first 9 words processing before I can do the 10th word. So, this again there is people keep improving it. So, there is now a funny thing, it is called RNN transducers. So, normally there is this is called self attention transformer. So, a transformer the training is fully parallelizable, the testing, the encoder is parallelizable, the decoder is sequential. There is a compromise which we call as RNN transducers. The term RNN transducer comes, but we will see that it is not so bad. It's a transducer framework. I will not go into detail, which is also trying to avoid even the decoder sequential slowing down, so that when you do real time streaming kind of applications, right, when I say Google voice something, you want to do it quickly, right, and if I am saying a long sentence, you do not want for the entire sentence to be recorded and sent and then start processing. So, you want as the information is coming to process it. So, there is something called transducer networks which can handle this, okay. So, yes, so in the inferencing, even in the decoder for the transformer, there is going to be the sequential nature, so it will be slightly slower, okay. So, that is a given, okay. So, to summarize, while testing encoder is parallelizable, decoder is sequential, you can see that that is happening. While training, both the encoder and the decoder are parallelizable. So, while encoding while training, I have the complete information, both the input and output. So, I can go about parallelizing because I am not waiting for anything, but while I am inferencing, I do not know what is the word that is going to come here, right. After I get the word, then I feed it here, after I get the output here, I feed it here, but when I am training, I know the input and the output for the decoder. So, therefore, I can parallelize, okay. And beautiful part as the self attention is the attention mechanism is not affected by the distance between the words, right. So, otherwise even if you look at encoder, decoder and RNN, if I am looking at the decoder 5th word, it has to, it is looking at all of this, but the previous words are all in the decoder. This sign is going to be affected by ARP, which actually directly does not come here. It comes through KSA and then comes on so on. So, therefore, it is going to be something that is this is better, right, because it gives equal importance to all of them. Okay. So, this is the transformer framework, and transformer is generally very competitive, it improves performance and so on. Okay.